Okay, I said we're gonna create these top right links, right? So let me just pick this up, copy. So function, we'll paste top right links, open our braces, and then the curly braces. Now if our user is logged in, I know we haven't built the login system yet, but let's just follow me on this. That will be the next file we create after this. But then once we create the login system, once a user logs in, a couple of sessions are created. Now one of these sessions is the username. It's a session that holds the username. So right here we're checking if this session has been created, meaning that a user is logged in. Now if a user is logged in, we would want to echo out the user's information at the top right corner of the web page. So if is set okay, open close this, dollar underscore session. So like I told you earlier, we haven't created this yet, but we will. I'll call this session user underscore name. Should hold our user's name. So if this session have been created, what we would want to do is get the content or get the value of this session and put it in a variable called x, so that we can be able to display it off at the top right corner of the web page. So how do we grab this variable? We'll just assign it to x, say dollar underscore session. Let me copy this off. It's getting sick and tired of typing stuff while you guys just watch. Paste it over here. So once we've passed that attribute into our x variable, make sure to close this with a semicolon. We can now echo it out. Echo, I always prefer using single strings, so single quotes. So single div, I think we should put that in a div. Okay, echo. Why don't I break this down, make it clearer for you all to see? Move this in a little bit, go on inside. Okay, so put this in a div, give this an ID of say top links is good, works fine for me. Top links. Okay, we can close this off right here, close the div. Alright fellas, now inside of this div, what we're gonna do is to create this href link, which is gonna hold our sign out information, you know, give the user an option to log out of the system. It's wise. Okay, yeah, so let's create a href, an anchor link. I'm gonna close it, close anchor tag. A href should go to signout.php, uncreated but will be created. Sign, what the hell, sing out, what the hell man, sign out .php. okay, looks cool to me. Yeah, so in here we can let the user see this log out. So once clicked, the user can log out of the system. Then what we can do is to add this pipe as a demarcator. And next off, we are gonna echo out the span that holds the user's ID. Remember, we grabbed the username from this session and we placed it in this variable. So let's display that out on the web page. So this should be a span. ID should be okay. Let's say logged in user works pretty fine. So hello, is that correct? I'd rather use a single G. Correct or not, I don't care. Logged in user looks good. ID equal to logged in user. So we put our variable right here, then close this off, close span. Nice. Okay, well, I think that's basically everything we'll be needing for this second function. Nice. All right, well, I hope you guys are following this far. Maybe I just take my time and go over it from top to this point. First off, we created a function called header codes. Now at this point, we called this top right links, which wasn't created at the point but now created down here. Alright, this top right links is supposed to create some little links at the top right corner of our web page, links that gives our user an option to sign out of the system and also displays the username of the logged in user. Alright, hope that makes sense. Now after calling this and displaying of those details, the next thing we did was to echo out our header information. So we used the header tag, giving it an ID of main header. And so in the header tag, we just simply displayed out this image which we already have in our root directory, image of the header image, major header image. Not to worry, you'd see it once we start calling them in our pages. Okay, then next off, we added this bar, like a bar, something like this, a bar that runs across the page. We added a bar and decided to display off a little bit of like a company name, just more detail about the site. And that was it for this header codes function. Next off, we created these top right links which we already referenced from here, and all we did in this function was to check if this session username has been created. And once this session is created, it simply means that a user have signed into the system, because when we get to build the sign-in system, you know that these this session and a couple more, like the access level of the user, the user's ID, stuff like that, they get created so you can pick them up from at any point in within the project or within the system. So we checked if this has been created. So once created, once a user is logged in, we grabbed the user's name and dropped it in this variable x, and then we echo another link. We echo a div called the top link, and then in the div, in the div we displayed this username wrapped around this href, this anchor tag, so that it could be clickable. Alright guys, I'm so sorry, it's like I talk too fast, but try to follow me on this. It's gonna be fun. I promise you that. Alright. The next thing we're gonna be doing is to build a function that would help us add all the necessary links, like the sidebar that contains relevant links in the website. We are going to be creating a function that helps us do these things. Alright,